Hey guys, what's up? So I was looking at Twitter and I noticed somebody posted, looked like it was a reliable source about the Mets and Cardinals in a trade talks about for Miles MIKOLAS and Harrison Bader. Now that's interesting because um, would that involve like a Brandon Nimmo in that trade with Steven Matz? Because Harrison Bader got he's making $2 million this year, and then he's arbitration eligible for the next couple of years. But Miles MIKOLAS is getting about $16 million for the next couple of years, for the next 3 years. Hey Joselito, what's up? Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, like, that's an interesting trade. It's like I know the Mets are looking for a center fielder. I don't know if the talks between Jackie Bradley Jr. Is happening, or he's just asking for too much money. But maybe that's the route they're going right now with this trade proposal. I mean, I didn't see anything with what would come in return to the Cardinals from the Mets, so I don't really know. But I'm trying to figure out, like, who would it be. I'm assuming Nimmo would be in the deal, but who knows? It could be a salary dump by the Cardinals also. But Harrison Bader is actually a pretty good center fielder, and he's a right-handed bat, so that's pretty good too. I saw it on Twitter. I'm not 100% sure who it was, but I'm trying to find it now. I didn't even retweet it, but I'm trying to look for it as I'm talking to you guys right now. If you just give me one. No, I would love to reveal it. I didn't make it up. I saw it on Twitter. I know it was a beat writer from Major League Baseball. I'm not 100% sure what his name was. I think it started with a J though. Not Joel Sherman, but it was somebody. But I'm not really sure, but I did see it. It popped up about 2 hours ago. I was like, oh, let me go live and see what's going on. Update you guys. But at the moment, can you just don't forget to like my video and subscribe if you haven't already. All right, guys? Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on. I mean, we did just sign a left-handed reliever, Aaron Loop. He's a veteran reliever, so that's actually another left-hander in the bullpen too. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know if they're still thinking about Justin Wilson also, but I don't know. This trade is actually interesting. Is is the Bauer talks not really going as well as we thought? Maybe that's why they're pivoting to this trade scenario. I wish I can find it. I completely lost it. I didn't even keep it, but I'm gonna try to look at it right now. Okay, his name is Chad Hayes. He's an MLB beat writer. He said the Mets have reached out to the Cardinals about Harrison Bader and Miles MIKOLAS. So it seems like it's a possibility that this could happen. Maybe the talks with Bauer hasn't really worked out the way that we wanted. But also, if you really think about it, the Angels have really been involved too. But if it's funny because Artie Moreno, the owner of the Angels, it seems like he would veto his GM and give Bauer basically whatever he wants. So I'm thinking it's I'm trying. Yeah, I kind of agree with that with Bader, Andrew. But it I know his offense is weak, but I mean Jackie Bradley Jr.'s offense is weak too. But I really think we're looking for a defensive center fielder for sure. I mean, if that's the case, we could stick with Nimmo. But it was one more time. Sorry about that. Chad Hayes. Yeah, that's what Chad Hayes. Somebody retweeted it, and that's how I got it. I don't follow him, but that's where I got it from, and I just noticed it. Anthony, he is a right-handed bat. Yeah, from the Cardinals. Yeah, got the blonde locks and all that. He's a little quirky, and then I think you know about Miles MIKOLAS. He's the guy with the crazy mustache, and yeah. But yeah, so I'm thinking I'm not 100% sure exactly, you know, what the Mets would give up. But I mean, it is kind of interesting that the Cardinals would give up Bader, since he doesn't cost no money at all. $2 million in 2021, and then he's arbitration eligible for the next couple of years. Michaelis is actually making 16 million for the next 3 years. So that's why I'm thinking of like, is the Bauer talks between the Mets and Bauer not going as well as a lot of us thought and what we've seen on Twitter, and that's why they're going on to other options. Because I mean, if you really think about it, what's really out there right now for us? I mean, Bauer's out there. I mean, just we already got our catcher. We're looking for a center fielder. But I mean, would you guys be happy with Nimmo? Let me know. I mean, I don't mind Nimmo in center field, but it's like the same thing with JD Davis at third base. Sandy and Cohen even said it. They don't feel 100% with JD Davis at third, and I don't think they feel comfortable with Nimmo in center field either. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's actually interesting though, because I wasn't even expecting something like this. You heard about the news with the reliever, and then you heard a little bit about Chris Bryant over the last couple of days that I did a video on. But yeah, it's interesting. Sorry, I'm looking at the comments really quick. Yeah, all right. Yeah, guys. So at the moment, I'm not sure how serious it is. I just saw it on Twitter. Somebody retweeted this beat writer, and I was like, oh, let me go on live, update you guys. So as of right now, I don't think anything's like gonna happen anytime soon, but it is interesting because it is involving Bauer also. Because if the Mets do make this trade, I doubt they're gonna get Bauer. I don't think Michaelis is in the Bauer area is that good, but I mean, I don't know. So it's interesting. It's actually weird because I was looking more in the Bauer route, maybe with the whole Chris Bryant, Kyle Hendricks situation that I talked about in the trade that I posted a video about. But if you didn't check that out, guys, because that's an interesting one, video that you can look at. It actually became very popular on YouTube, and I actually got 2,000 views. Hey Rex, what's up? So the trade talks are between the Mets and the Cardinals about Miles Michaelis and Harrison Bader. And I saw that like I said before, you just popped on, but I said it. They actually somebody retweeted it on Twitter about from a beat writer about this happening. I'm not sure where he's from. I'm not sure if he's a St. Louis beat writer. I'm not 100% sure on that, but somebody retweeted it. It looked interesting. I tried to search a little bit about it. I saw a couple of Google searches that actually said something about that, and it was in recent days that they've been talking. And what I was saying, Rex, is that it's possible that the Bauer negotiations ain't going as planned for the Mets, and they just think that maybe they have to find another option because maybe Bauer's just not an option anymore. Maybe the price went too high. Seemed like the Angels just want him. Michaelis is he's a starting pitcher. Kenneth, yeah, starting pitcher. Well, yeah, Mark, I agree with that. They got to keep left field open for Dom, and I think that's the reason why, if they're going to get Bader, I'm assuming Nimmo's going to be in that deal. So you put Bader in center, and then Dom in left. Rex, about the DH. I mean, it would benefit the Mets, so I want it, to be honest. I want it so you can put Dom in as the DH, or you can put Dominic Smith at first base and Pete Alonso in DH, and then you can move Nimmo over to left, and then whoever your center fielder would be. It's the only thing I can think of. Because at the moment, we don't really have a center fielder. And if we have the DH, I don't think even Sandy talked about it, that he doesn't want Dominic Smith playing a lot of left field, but we got to get him at bat. So he's going to play left field. There's no DH, but there will be. If there is a DH, that would be actually Peter. Who's stats? Bader or MIKOLAS? Oh yeah, Rex. Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, I get that. I think it sucks, but it actually, you know, this is what Rob Manfred does. He comes up with stupid rules, and it sucks because like I made a video about left-handed relievers that are still available that are options for the Mets, but I was thinking about like Oliver Perez as a lefty specialist, but if you bring him in to face one lefty, he has to stay in for two more batters, and it can be right-handed, and then we're in trouble. And that's happened all around the league. Yeah, Bader, I'm looking right now. His stats are last year he had 106 at bats. He batted 226, 11 RBIs, 3 stolen bases, 4 home runs. But that was a shortened season. I don't like to look at that season, but let me look at 2019. So he was in the minors in 2019. They sent him down. Let's see, he hit 4 home runs with about 125 plated, 106 at bats, 24 hits. He wasn't really good, to be honest. He sucked. But I don't know if this deal is just for his defense and control that he has, because like I said earlier, if you guys just popped on, he actually he'd probably be a fourth outfielder, but I'm thinking the Mets are just looking more of the defensive part, and I think MIKOLAS is probably what they're really focused on, more the starting pitcher, because maybe Bauer is just not, an option right now. Maybe the talks are not working out, so it just makes sense that they got to pivot somewhere else because we need a center fielder. I mean, are you guys happy with Nimmo in center? I mean, he's okay. Nimmo's pretty good offensively, but defensively, he has his moments in center field where it's like, why couldn't you catch that ball? So, at least we got. Yeah, we did. Yeah, Jonathan, we did get it. Philip, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, we got the left-handed pitcher. I mean, he's a veteran. I mean, he ain't great, but we need left-handed options in a bullpen for sure. I mean, right now we got Jerry Blevins on a minor league deal. We got Tarpley on a minor league deal. So we got Zamora that pitched for us a couple of times over the last 2 years. So, more left-handers the better. Just throw them out there in spring training and see who does what, who can perform. It seems like the Mets and Justin Wilson have mutual interest, so it just depends on how much he's going to cost. We lost out on Brad Hand, but it was more Brad Hand wanted to go to DC than the Mets paying him more money. Yeah, Peter, he has the speed. I just think his awareness and his tracking of the ball is not that good in center field with Nimmo. I think that's the issue. I really think that's the problem. Like, I mean, I really like Nimmo. I think he's great offensively. He's good in the clubhouse, but he's just all over the place. Like, I just don't think, when do you see Nimmo make, a spectacular catch? We've seen Conforto in center field make better catches than Nimmo, and Nimmo has more speed than Conforto. So, yeah, Jonathan, Kevin Pillar. Yeah, I mean, that can be like a plan C option or plan D option if we strike out on Jackie Bradley Jr. and another center fielder if we couldn't get anybody else. Because Pillar, he's terrible offensively. Like, he really took a downturn when it came to offense. I mean, he will be cheap, but I don't know if the Mets are going to go that route. Clearly they're not really going that route because all you heard was about Jackie Bradley Jr. and recently with this St. Louis thing, talks about Bader. So it seems like they're focused on center field after they lost out on Springer. They're looking for a defensive center fielder. So I wouldn't be expecting somebody who is an all-star offensively. I think they're going to go 100% defense, and whatever we get offensively is icing on the cake. Yeah, Peter. Hey, you want to play center field, Pete? Yeah, Philip. I mean, I wouldn't mind if the team is the way it is right now. I mean, we improved with Carrasco in the rotation. We got Lindor. We got McCann. We got Trevor May in the bullpen. But I mean, yeah, I mean, we could deal with it. But I mean, if there's no DH, you're gonna have Dom in left field. I mean, Dom played okay in left field, but he's defensive. He's just not great defensively. So it's kind of figuring out, how many times do you play him in left field? Do you take Pete out of the lineup to put Dom in, or are you gonna platoon them? And when there's a lefty pitching, you put Pete Alonso in. When there's a righty pitching, you put Dom in, and then you got to figure out. We also got Heredia, who played a couple of games last year in center field, so he's a decent option off the bench. So at times when you want to be a defensive-ridden team, you can put Nimmo to left and put Heredia in center field every now and then, and decide who you're going to play at first, Dom or Pete. I really wish Major League Baseball would actually put, say, hey, listen, the DH is in or it's out. Make up your damn mind. It's crazy because, like, you're making teams and players sit out there and be like, oh, like the Mets, they made an offer to Marcell Ozuna. Marcell Ozuna would be perfect for this team. He can play left field and he can DH. That's a great option to have. That's another bat that this team can have. And we're already dangerous. Andrew, I'm reading your comment right now. If JBJ or another bona fide center fielder and there's no DH, Dom plays left field every day, which means Nimmo will be traded. Well, see, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if you get Jackie Bradley Jr., there's a pretty good chance you're going to put Nimmo in the deal for somebody. I don't know what. I mean, Nimmo can be a pretty decent piece. I mean, last year, when Lindor trade talks were happening during 2020 and even 2019, when the Mets were involved, Nimmo was always in that deal. So, yeah, it's possible. If the Mets signed Jackie Bradley Jr. and there's no DH, Nimmo's probably gone. Or they move Nimmo to left field and platoon Pete and Dom. That's all I can think of. And it sucks because you lose a bat in the lineup, but it is what it is. Jonathan, yeah. I mean, I think we're gonna. I think it would be stupid to give up all your shortstops on the roster and then have Lindor leave after the end of the season. I mean, even if we win a World Series, man, God, imagine if we win a World Series. But even if we win a World Series, it's important to sign Lindor to a 7, 8, 9, 10-year deal. It's probably going to be about $300 million. But, we also got to factor in, we got to extend Conforto, Syndergaard. So it's a lot of, it's a lot of money. Yeah, Andrew. I know that. See, that's the dilemma that the Mets have right now. Even right now, even with no Jackie Bradley Jr., you still got Nimmo, and then you have Dominic Smith in left field, who is not great defensively, and then you lose defense at first base because Pete's not a really good first baseman. So you'll have left field and first base that is not very good defensively with Pete and Dom. So, obviously, if the DH is in there, what would be a perfect scenario is Dominic Smith play first base every day and Pete Alonso DH. That's what I would do if there was a DH. But, we got, 3 weeks until until pitchers and catchers, until spring training, and we still don't know about a DH, and it's just, I don't know. Yeah, so, guys, I'm trying to figure it out. what's really going on. So let me recap for everybody who a couple people joined. So there's been I saw a tweet by a beat writer that was retweeted to me. I'm not sure if he's a St. Louis beat writer or not, but there's been talks between the Mets and the Cardinals about Miles MIKOLAS and Harrison Bader. All right, Philip. Thanks for tuning in, man. Don't forget to like before you leave. Thanks. Angela, still holding out hope. I think there's going to be a DH. I think it's just a bargaining chip. So Major League Baseball, like, they just declined. The Players Association declined the DH because Major League Baseball wanted to expand the postseason, expand the teams, which I don't think why that would be bad for the players, because the MLBPA declined it because, like, I don't understand, like, why would you decline expanded playoffs? That means more players get in the playoffs, more teams are involved, fans are involved more, players get more money for being in the playoffs. So it's a win-win, but I don't know. Jonathan, not exactly. The Players Association said, all right, Andrew, thanks, man. Thanks a lot, man. Andrew, don't forget, if you like and subscribe, all right, if you didn't already. Thanks a lot, man. Have a good day. Yeah, Jonathan, there still might be a DH. They're still negotiating. But as of right now, there's no DH. But I think there's going to be. I just think Major League Baseball and Rob Manfred, they want the expanded playoffs because they want eyes on the product. That's what they want. I think it's going to be probably 7 or probably 9 teams, 8 teams. Who knows? I don't even know. It's possible, but the DH would benefit the Mets a lot, and they have a lot more options that they can sign Marcell Ozuna. They can bring in another player, not worried about where they're gonna play, because you can platoon a DH in the order. Pete, Dom. You want to give James McCann a day off at catcher. Nito can catch, and then James McCann can DH also. There's a lot of different scenarios. Yeah, guys. So don't forget, if you didn't like the video, the live stream, just like it right now. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I'm going to do a lot more videos in the coming days. I'm going to do a video on Jackie Bradley Jr. I'm going to do a video about the Mets possibly trading Steven Matz if they get Bauer or they get another pitcher like MIKOLAS or somebody else. They also might trade Jeurys Familia just to unload a little bit of money so they got flexibility. And I'm going to do another video about Trevor Bauer with the Mets and the Angels, because it seems like those two teams are fighting. There was another tweet also that I think it was Joel Sherman or John Heyman saying that the Blue Jays are out on Bauer. So it seems like it's the Angels and it's the Mets. And Audie Moreno, the owner of the Angels, actually said that he might veto the GM and pay what Bauer wants. Who knows what that is? $40 million, the highest AAV ever in MLB history. I don't know. Yeah, Jonathan, I agree. Yeah, definitely. That's what I would do. Dominic Smith is a better first baseman defensively than Pete. I know Pete likes to be on the field. He wants to play first base, but you got to put Dom at first. Especially with the pitching we have, and a lot of our pitchers are ground ball pitchers. It's important to have a really good defense, and we got a really good defense right now. In the infield, we got JD right now. JD Davis is at third base. I don't like JD Davis at third, but I can deal with him. Lindor obviously is a great shortstop. McNeil is a better second baseman than a third baseman, so that works out. And Pete, he's not terrible, but he's not good either. And Dom would be our first baseman. That would be great. But I don't know. If you guys haven't watched the video about the Mets and Cubs talks about Chris Bryant, Kyle Hendricks, and what would go back to the Cubs, Brandon Nimmo would go in that deal, Brett Beatty, maybe Matthew Allen or Ronnie Mauricio. But if you haven't checked out that video, check it out. It was actually been really popular on YouTube. That was one of my most popular videos. I don't know if it technically was the thumbnail, was the picture that showed, but it's, there's been talks and it's been serious. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's a possibility that could be an option if the Mets fail on Bauer and Bauer goes somewhere else. I wouldn't mind putting Chris Bryant for a year at third base, and Kyle Hendricks. He's not a bad pitcher. He pitched really well for the last couple of years. So let's check the comments really quick. All right, yeah. So it really is. I thought this deal or this trade talks with St. Louis and the Mets is. I'm not sure how serious the talks are, but I mean, it seems like the Mets and everything they're doing, especially with, after they lost out on Springer, obviously Springer is really good offensively and defensively. And ever since they lost out on Springer, it seems like the only thing they want to do now is get a defensive center fielder. Actually, I think Drew Smith and Brad Brock could make the team, actually, to make the bullpen roster, because I mean, I don't know. I mean, usually, a lot of teams like to carry a lot of pitchers. I'm assuming we're only going to carry 2 catchers with Nito and McCann. I don't think we're going to, bring up Alvarez again. I mean, Ali Sanchez. So I don't think they're going to carry 3 catchers. But you also want to have flexibility on your bench too. Guillaume, Heredia. I mean, as of right now, that's really all we got on the bench. So, it's not really, we got Nito, Heredia, who's an outfielder, and we got Luis Guillaume, because we gave up the 2 shortstops for Lindor, Rosario and Jimenez. So all our shortstops on the roster were gone. So, but yeah, I think Drew Smith and Brad Brock will probably be in the bullpen for sure. I'm not sure if Drew Smith has options to send down in the minors, but it's a possibility that Drew Smith, if he has options to go down to the minors, he might come up when needed. But it really depends on spring training. Brad Brock can fall on his face and suck in spring training. Drew Smith can be great, and he might take the roster spot. But, you always see it every year in spring training. There's always a pitcher, there's always a batter, there's always a position player that wows you. And, he makes the team and he surprises everybody. It happens every year. You see it all the time. Like Arozarena for the Rays last year. Look in the playoffs. He was amazing. Nobody ever heard of him. And, he was one of the best players in the playoffs for the Rays. He killed the Yankees. So, yeah. So I'm thinking I'm not sure this trade's going to happen, but it was something that I thought would update you guys on and see what you thought. I think you guys already know Aaron Loop, the Mets signed him to a 1-year deal. He pitched for the Rays last year, and he's a left-handed pitcher. So we have a couple of guys in the bullpen at the moment that are left-handed. We got Jerry Blevins, minor league deal. We got Tarpley, who is also on a minor league deal. We have Zamora, as obviously he pitched for us before in the bullpen, and now Loop. So I'm assuming the Mets are just gonna gather as many left-handed bullpen guys, relievers, as possible, and then see who comes out of spring training. They're probably gonna take 2 to Queens to the start of the season. We still might actually get Justin Wilson, and I like Justin Wilson. I think he was good the last 2 years. He was really good for us the last 2 years. Jonathan, let me hold on a second. I'm sorry. Do you think we should use a starter like what the Rays did? Like a bullpen game? Is that what you mean? Like a bullpen pitcher pitches 1 inning every inning? Oh, you're right, Julio. Good call. I forgot about him. I did a video on Lucchesi also. Yeah, I forgot about him. See, there's so much going on. I don't know what the heck's going on with this team anymore. We're not used to the Mets making all these moves. But yeah, Jonathan. No, I don't like that. I hate that with the players, the teams doing bullpen games. I mean, the Rays do it because they do it. I don't know why they do it, but I mean, not a lot of teams do it. I mean, the Yankees even did it the last 2 years, and it blew up in their face. So, hey Hayden, what's up, man? Thanks for joining, man. What's up? I think I subscribed to your page too. Yeah, you got some good work there, man. Keep it up. All right, Hayden, keep it up, man. Thanks for joining in, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Yeah, so yeah, Lucchesi. I forgot about Lucchesi. Yeah, that was a good call, Julio. Thanks for reminding me on that. Yeah, so Lucchesi also, you know, that's also another option that we can use out of bullpen, and he's not bad. You know, he can also start when we need him. You know, maybe a double header if there's such thing anymore. But we don't even know if they're gonna do the 7 inning game also, 7 inning double header or something like that, or the extra inning rule. You know, after the first inning, they put a runner on second, which is stupid. It's like Little League. Yeah, so I'm gonna recap one more time for the people who just came in. I got a tweet. Somebody tweeted to me a beat writer stating that the Mets were in talks with the Cardinals for two players, Miles MIKOLAS and Harrison Bader. I don't know how serious it is, but I saw it on Twitter. And I'm like, oh, let me update you guys on that, what I saw, because I don't know how many people saw it. So I was like, oh, let me just go live and let you guys know so you can take a look at stuff. Maybe you can find some more stuff than I could, but that's what I found on Twitter. Jonathan, let's see. Yeah, Jonathan, it could. I mean, Adam Ottavino sucked for the Yankees the last 2 years. I mean, he wasn't even used in the playoffs, like almost at all, because the Yankees didn't trust him. So it's it kind of interesting because, I mean, you give him to your rivals in the same division that you're going to face 19 times. So I don't know. Maybe Ottavino. I don't know. They said that there was a couple of rumors that he couldn't pitch in New York, but he's from the Bronx or from Brooklyn. So it's like, really? But yeah, I don't know. It was an odd thing. But the Yankees just wanted to get rid of their salary too, so to give him a little more flexibility. But who cares about the Yankees, right? We don't. Yeah. So Julio, thanks again for reminding me about Lucchesi. But yeah, that's another option. So Lucchesi, Zamora, Blevins, Tarpley, and now Loop. So we have options. Clearly Sandy and the Mets are definitely looking at to get quantity of left-handed relievers and see who throw them against the wall and see who sticks. I wouldn't go that route, but again, we didn't lose out on Brad Hand because we didn't pay him the money. He wanted to go to DC for whatever reason, so the hell with him. But we did beat Brad Hand's ass last year when he was with Cleveland. I remember I was at that game. That was a fun game. All he kept on doing was looking over his head because the balls were flying over his head. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna wrap it up in a couple of minutes, guys. All right. I have to edit another video that I'm gonna do. That it's gonna be on about Bauer with the Angels and the Mets. So I'm probably gonna post that tomorrow. I gotta edit a couple of things. It's about a 10-15 minute video that I'm gonna post tomorrow. So yeah. So let me recap one more time before I go. I started the live video because I saw a tweet from a beat reporter stating that the Mets were in talks with the Cardinals for Miles MIKOLAS and Harrison Bader. And I'm not sure how serious it is. I don't know who's involved when it comes on the Mets end. I don't know at all. But I just wanted to update you guys, let you know. Maybe you can find something. Maybe you can look on Twitter yourself. There's so much going on right now. I'm constantly looking at my phone every 2 seconds. So, guys, thank you for tuning in for the live stream. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel so you can get the updates on all the videos and everything I post. And check out the other videos that I already posted, guys. Like I said, the Chris Bryant one was really popular. The Bauer, there was 2 Bauer videos that I did. Check those out. Check all of them out. I really got better over time with my videos, so you can see that too. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, guys. And let's go Mets.